Starting off 2026 strong, aren't we? I don't even know where to begin with this absolute tragedy that I'm about to describe to all of you guys. It truly is an absolute stab in the heart and my soul to know that this is how the first month of 2026 is going to play out. I did have to re record the video multiple times just because I had no script. I was just freestyling whatever I had to say, but it did came out a little messy. So I'm just gonna give it straightforward. I'm gonna be very matter of fact, and I'm just gonna not sugarcoat it at all. Uh, this morning, one of my personal friends of mine, Z, had forwarded me a message. It was basically an announcement from maybe you usernames, who is another mutual of ours, server, in which that he was informed that a exposal document came out for someone. Um, and when I saw the person that it was exposing, it actually genuinely like broke my heart, and basically cut the bridge of trust in half and burned it in lava. That person in question being none other than Kyle G250. He was an he was an absolute character, especially on this channel. You've definitely heard him in calls. If you had been in streams, he'd be in a lot of them. He's made a ton of thumbnails for me. He's made fan art of my Geometry Dash icon. He's also participated in a couple of other content videos, such as the tier list videos, the Ito podcast, etc. I've been friends with this guy since 2019, and honestly, we saw absolutely nothing wrong. For the most part, that was, but I'll get to that later. Generally speaking, he was like really fun to be around. You know, he made games super entertaining. He was really funny, and he was just an absolute cheery, optimistic person to be around. So reading this document of someone who I had so much trust with in the past being exposed for all of this really terrible, immoral, illegal activities to minors, no less, just is such a slash to my heart and soul. I will link the document in the description where it basically just details and contextualizes all the actions that he has done to his victims. I'm not going to name any of the victims in the document, but I was able to have the fortune to speak with them personally in a group chat. And I could confirm with at least 99.9% confidence that the evidence and the screenshots provided in that document were not fabricated. They're 100% real, they're authentic, and honestly, it's bittersweet because I wished it was fake. But here we are. Uh, I I don't know. I don't know where to go off from there because honestly, I really I really did not see this coming at all. But generally speaking, he did exhibit a couple of really odd behaviors. We just never really took it seriously up until now. Yeah, but yeah, this was over the line. This was definitely over the top, insane and absurd. And I had to like read this while busy with class and all that, cuz I saw it in the morning when I was getting ready to go to my classes. And I was gonna be busy from 10 o'clock in the morning to 5:30. So the entire time when I was doing my schoolwork while also doing like a 2 hour job shift at the campus, I just had to I just had to have this thought, this this dilemma just stuck inside of my head for the entire rest of the afternoon. And the whole time I was having such a hard time concentrating because I just actually cannot believe this. Now, going back to my point about how odd behaviors were examined in the past, most of the screenshots that you see in the document are from 2024, 2025. Um, and while it was super fucked up shit that really elevated to degrees that even that even like I don't know, most other notorious like pedophiles, I suppose, would not exactly reach. A little bit of an exaggeration, but I digress. There was also just really odd warning signs over the years. Obviously, once again, I'm not going to name names, but he's been in a couple of past relationships in 2021, and when you examine the behaviors from them, you really start to see the similar tangents compared to the events detailed in the document in recent times. For instance, he would always change his Discord status into something super ominous and cryptic, and um, he would also just try to push away some other people. Like when we would ask him if he wanted to play anything or want to record a video or something, he would always say that he's hanging out with a friend or friends plural, and he's going to worry about it later because he's busy. He was talking about that group chat full of uh, ex friends, and just seeing the whole consequence and the ramifications of his actions all being detailed in this document after they came out and exposed him. Such a sour taste. Such a bitter, ugly taste in my mouth. Uh, I mean, I can feel really nothing but disappointment. I don't know if I'm exactly like super angry or anything, but I'm definitely just so disappointed and definitely upset, distraught, and anything else that you could think of. It's just a whole mixed bag of feelings that I don't really know how to interpret. But I guess some things just have to go. Sometimes, even though they're aware of what they're doing, they have to hide it. Otherwise, they're gonna get in trouble. Especially when they can't even trust their best friends with the information with those secrets. Well, it came back to bite him anyway. The fact that he did it in the first place is just abhorrent. There's also going to be different sources linked in the description as well besides the document. That should be helpful. The document is getting updated from time to time, and I've also been distributing my side of the story, considering that these are new gen, for lack of a better term, like new gen friends of his, or ex friends rather. And I'm like one of the first few friends that he's had. And me being able to document in detail some of the odd behaviors he had in the past and seeing the similarities to now, like it shows that he hasn't changed at all. He's always made these empty promises to change whenever some sort of controversy or drama happens. And even though I always tried to push that narrative where I know change is hard, but you can do it, and he's like, I understand. I will try my absolute fucking hardest. That was back in 2021, 2022 era. And look where we're at now. Now he's just exposed. He hasn't said anything regarding like the document whatsoever besides reading through it and spreading the awareness, and he's taking his time off. That's what he said in his response. He didn't even go into detail about the document, nor did he try to own up or deny any of those images and all that. Like he didn't give out like any sort of explanation. He just says, I'm sending out this document for people to know. Don't harass anyone involved. I'll be taking my time off and seeking therapy. Peace, and that's it. And even then, like the response itself was just kind of mediocre. I mean, alleging. you use the word alleging. And in the same paragraph, you're talking about how no one, you're not making this paragraph to defend yourself or normalize the actions that you've done and all that. I know a trope when I see one. I know a trope because there's always been those slip ups in the past conversations about how you're gonna, like, even if you do feel like confident enough to handle relationships or control those thoughts and desires in your mind, you're always like, I'll try my absolute hardest to not be a creep. And even though I can't promise that for the most part, I'll still give it a shot. Like, you can't just say that because for the most part, that's such a hint that you're gonna do it again. I was a dweeb for not realizing those early warnings that now led up to this. I had my part in the guilt, but why does that matter when you were the one who's committing in the first place? Shame on you. Well, case in point, yeah, this guy is really terrible, and possibly more evidence is being like shown out as we speak. The document is going to be updated real time for you to, I guess, check up with any of the daily changes, just to make sure, that this guy is just like stopped. From my understanding, he is taking a step off the internet, for quite a long time. But as far as I'm concerned about his return, his like potential, um, secondary, persona, I guess, I don't know, but it might happen. Like I said, blanket statements. He's always been known to make these empty, broken promises. He never sticks to it. He says he will, but that's just him parroting what we are trying to say to him, so that he can look like he's owning up to the mistakes and he's gonna change. But obviously, that isn't the case. So, yeah, I'm very, very disappointed in you. I really hope you get the mental changes. Please, actually, please, and please, for the love of God, just stay off of the internet for good. If you don't, if you don't want to stay to the internet, if you're that chronic about it, at least don't ever like try to talk to us again. Just don't even try to interact or try to come back at all. No thorough explanation can deny the evidence that's stacked against you. No attempts at forgiveness or anything. Don't even like try to strike up some random ass conversation in the first place. It's not gonna work. With that said, Kyle is now officially going to be off of this channel. The thumbnails and some of the other like niche things that he's contributed to, they're gonna stay. But as far as I'm aware, he's not gonna be in the Ito podcasts anymore. He's not gonna be featured in my videos anymore at all. He's just basically exiled from our whole friend circle, which I think is for the better, 100,000%. So, please spread the awareness that this guy is a terrible person. Send out the document. Make sure everyone is fully aware about who this guy is. And thanks for checking out the update videos. I know I haven't been uploading in a while, but uh, I swear this controversy only played a really small part in that because this was a recent thing. But I've also just been like extremely busy and whatnot. But I'll get back to providing you guys some stuff later. But for now, I just have to be the, I guess the informant, the messenger of someone whom I trusted for 6 years, maybe longer, until now. Ugh, how disappointing.